Top 10 Richest People in the World 2023. Number 10. Mukesh Ambani. This is the only millionaire who gave internet connection for free, unlike others who charge you even for a blue tick. Mukesh Ambani was born in India and founded Reliance Industries, a private sector enterprise with companies such as Jio Platforms, a telecom network that broke into the market by providing free internet connection to its customers from September 2016 to March 2017, waging a price war. But nothing can be free forever, so once it started billing, how much do you think its cheapest plan was? $2. Unbelievable, isn't it? Ambani built a net worth of $83.5 billion with which he ordered the construction of Antilia, the most expensive house in the world valued at $1 billion, with a sea view, but also a poverty view, because from there he can look at the poor areas of Bombay. It has 9 elevators, 3 helipads, 27 floors of which the first 6 are garages, 600 full-time employees, and even a special room that makes snowflakes. Can you believe it? Number 9. Larry Page. You know how Larry Page made his fortune? The process includes the development of Google, first known as Backrub, which is the world's largest search engine with a 92% market portion, the development of Google AdWords, and the purchase of YouTube. You didn't think the list was over, did you? Currently, Google is a subsidiary of Alphabet, a company of which Larry Page was CEO until 2019 but still owns shares. All combined gave Page a net worth of $88.8 billion, enough money to buy 4 private islands, 1 in Fiji and the other 3 in the Caribbean. He also has invested his money in companies such as Planetary Resources, which wants to do asteroid mining in the style of Don't Look Up, or Opener, a company interested in developing flying cars. You think Page will ever see profits from all these investments, or is it money down the space? Number 8. Steve Ballmer. He was the CEO of Microsoft between 2000 and 2014 and currently owns 4% of the shares, making him the largest single shareholder of this company with a wealth of $89.4 billion. Fun fact, his time as CEO was so awful that Microsoft shares fell 36%, while Apple's rose by 2,000%. While Skype was bought and Xbox consoles launched during his tenure, he couldn't compete with Apple and Alphabet in the touchscreen business, and the Windows Phone operating system never became as popular as Android or iOS. Ballmer was such a bad officer that when he quit, Microsoft shares pushed up their value just because the investors were happy. Anyway, that didn't affect Ballmer's wallet as he bought the NBA team Los Angeles Clippers for $2 billion. See, you can also become rich by ruining a company. Number 7. Carlos Slim. Did you know that the richest man in Mexico amassed his immense fortune as a stockbroker? With the profits, he laid the foundations for his conglomerate, the Carso Group, which had stakes in a bunch of companies. In 1990, Slim bought Mexico's only phone company, Telmex, which belonged to the state at the time. Of course, all this had to pay off, so Slim's net worth is currently $90.5 billion. What does he spend his money on? On more business, obviously. Slim ordered the construction of Plaza Carso, a real estate complex of shopping centers and residential areas, where he also built one of the 3 headquarters of the Sumaya Museum, where there are more than 60,000 pieces of art, including pre-Hispanic art and paintings by El Greco and Van Gogh. How spot on. Number 6. Warren Buffett. The famous Oracle of Omaha is one of the most successful investors in the world. So much so that his purchases and sales of shares are closely watched by a multitude of speculators and lead to headlines in the economic news. Warren Buffett is the owner of Berkshire Hathaway, originally a textile company. But it moved to the financial sector when Buffett started controlling it through shares because, money can do anything. Buffett has stakes in a wide range of companies including Apple, Duracell, American Express, and Coca-Cola. Although he has a net worth of $108 billion, he lives a very austere lifestyle in a house he bought 60 years ago and is often seen eating $2 McDonald's burgers for lunch and even using coupons. So far, he has donated $49 billion to Bill Gates' charitable foundation and has pledged to donate 99% of his assets to philanthropic works. Number 5. Larry Ellison. Ellison's fortune is valued at $113.9 billion. Thanks to the fact that he has none other than 35% of the shares of Oracle, the second largest software company in the world specializing in database management data and business programs. And to think that it all started when he was commissioned by the CIA to create a database that ended up being his flagship product. With all his billions, Ellison bought almost the entire Hawaiian island of Lanai for $300 million, and has expensive cars such as a McLaren F1 or an Audi R8, as well as luxury planes. He's a fan of yachts too, so his fleet is worth $1 billion. And if you put one boat behind another, they would make a line 2,600 feet long. Finally, since he likes tennis, he bought the Indian Wells tournament for $72 million. Is there anything Ellison can't buy? Number 4. Bill Gates. The founder of Microsoft made his fortune selling the MS-DOS operating system to computer manufacturers and copying many features of Mac operating systems to create Windows. This copycat's wealth is $114 billion, allowing him to become a great collector of expensive objects, such as a $30 million original Leonardo da Vinci manuscript and a large art collection, including a $30 million painting by Winslow Homer. Bill Gates is also the largest private farmland owner in the United States and has come under fire for hogging properties as big as Hong Kong. Quite a feudal lord. Gates is the founder of the Giving Pledge initiative, which includes the commitment of several billionaires to donate at least half of their fortunes. And as a worthy spokesman, he has already donated $59 billion to the foundation that he co-chairs with his ex-wife Melinda, as they divorced in 2021. The foundation has also contacted vaccine manufacturing companies for children from poor countries, arousing suspicion since Bill Gates was quite apocalyptic during the pandemic. Do you think he's already working on the next pandemic? To prevent it, I hope. Number 3. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos founded Amazon in 1998 when he still had hair, but now he owns just under 10% of the company. Bezos was the second man to have a net worth of $1 billion after Bill Gates. He was in all the headlines when he divorced his wife Mackenzie in 2019, transferring 4% of Amazon shares to her, which was equivalent to $19.5 billion, one of the most expensive divorces in history. But why it happened? It seems that it was because of the relationship between Bezos and the TV host Lauren Sanchez. The most expensive affair in the world. However, the pandemic saved his neck by raising the price of Amazon shares, so his net worth is now $120 billion. Bezos isn't a fool at all and is committed to the future. He's also the owner of the Washington Post and Blue Origin, which is an aerospace company that develops rockets. That's how he briefly flew into space in July 2021. I can't deny that I'd like to go with Jeff on one of those trips. Number 2. Elon Musk. Elon Musk sells companies to buy others. He sold his Zip2 program to develop X.com, the precursor to PayPal, which he in turn sold to eBay, and with this money, he became a major financier and then the director of Tesla. Currently, he owns 23% of the shares and has a wealth of $191.4 billion. Musk is also the founder of SpaceX, which is a space rocket company. Despite his millions, he's a rather austere and even stingy man. In 2021, after selling several properties, he moved to a 387-square-foot house. His $70 million private jet is likely to be his only extravagance. At the end of 2022, he agreed to buy Twitter for about $44 billion. Although he's now the boss of the network with the blue bird logo, all his attempts to get it to monetize have yet to be successful. Could it have been an investment with no return? If he continues this way, he'll have the same fate as his colleague Zuckerberg, who's no longer on the list, by the way. If Zuckerberg isn't here, can you imagine who the richest man in the world is? To find out, we need to come to the country of elegance, France. Number 1. Bernard Arnault. Monsieur Arnault is the owner of Christian Dior, a company he bought after getting Ferris Savigny, his father's construction company, to go into the financial sector. He then bought Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, which in turn has luxury brands such as Givenchy and Bulgari. Pure elegance. In 2021, he purchased the American jeweler Tiffany & Co., where Breakfast at Tiffany's was filmed. This was the largest acquisition of a luxury brand in history since it cost $15.8 billion. Currently, Bernard Arnault's net worth is $214.5 billion. Ooh la la, how much money! But despite all these millions, the Frenchman with the most money in the world hasn't rested on his laurels. In 2019, he purchased the Belmond Luxury Hotel Group, which also has trains and river cruises for $3.2 billion. It's been hands down a video full of money. If you want to find out more about rich people, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you don't miss new content. See you in the next video.